Welcome back to Attack of the B Team. Hello, everybody. Well, let's start off this episode right with some coffee. And first thing you'll probably notice is this thing. It's called a heal crystal from Advanced Genetics, and I'm assuming that it heals you when you're close to it, but I don't think it heals me, because I think that Iron Man stuck this here after the last episode. I just noticed it, and I can't get rid of it no matter what I do. I've tried hitting it with everything, and I can't get rid of it, so I'll have to figure out why it's doing that and what it is. Advanced Genetics, by the way, is a mod I want to get into pretty quick here. I'm tired of changing into a bat all the time, and one of the things that lets you do is I guess I should put that back, but one of the things that lets you do actually is fly around as you, so you don't have to constantly change into bat form. So that will be exciting. Look forward to that. My dirty mug, I'll clean that later. Alright, so what we want to do today is we're gonna head over to the evil laboratory. Whoa. Make it. Ha ha ha. Whoa. These guys always get in my way. Alright, so you see there is a ton of stuff in here, and I have been coming over here all the time, just kind of emptying this out and then leaving and coming back and emptying it out and leaving and coming back. I'm tired of doing that. So what we're going to do today is automate the retrieval of this system. So what I'm going to do is get brought into here, and I had this covered up again because I was killing some things. So let's turn into a bat because I can't fly as me, hence my wanting to do Advanced Genetics once again. So now we're a bat, so we'll come on over here and let's put this chest down here. Sure, that works. And we got some stuff in here. A Tesseract. So if we take a look at one of these guys, it's pretty complicated to build. So it starts off, first thing you need to build is this frame, which is hardened glass, this Indirium, which is pretty expensive, but far enough along now that it wasn't too difficult to get more of that stuff. So I had to make two of these. You need two to make a complete system. So we needed 8 of those. We had some hardened glass and some diamonds. The rest of that is pretty easy to make. And then you get yourself this guy, right? The Tesseract frame, which then you have to use the fluid transposer and resident ender, which is done in the, I think it's the igneous extruder or whatever, the machine that lets you turn ender pearls into this resident ender, and then into this machine, and then fill up the Tesseract, and then that gives us the final Tesseract frame unfilled, right? Yeah, so that's the frame, filled frame, and then the actual Tesseract, which is silver and copper, or bronze, sorry, bronze around it. And that gives you these. So I made 2 of those. And gonna get caught on this again. This is gonna be fun. Alright, so let's take, say, these 2 things out for now. Just gonna do this a little quick and dirty at the moment. Let's get those out of there. Let's get we need the Tesseract, and we need a item and a pneumatic servo. Put that here. And I need some. Jeez. I wonder, do we have any sticks and cobble? We do. Okay, we need to make a couple levers as well, so we can turn this guy off if we want to. So I'm just going to stick the lever right on the front of this for now. And see, and then if we go onto this guy and we tell him high, he needs to be high. It doesn't seem like it's working. Ignored. Hi. Alright, whatever. Let me take that off for the minute then. That just... I need you. Come here. Thank you. Alright. Oh. Jeez. Him getting caught on this thing, left, right, and center. Alright, so let's just stand on this for the moment. So we want to put a this item impulse duct here. And then we need to turn this guy around so that we want everything in this chest to go out of the chest into the Tesseract. And we need a pneumatic servo. And we want to disable that. Now, nothing should be moving yet. Nope, because we don't have the other side hooked up. Now, let's get this block mover out of here. So basically what these Tesseracts will do is they allow you to basically transport power, fluid, and items from one location to another magically, right? Through another dimension. So what we're going to do first is, for the security mode, there is public access, restricted, and owner only. Public access means obviously anybody that makes a Tesseract in your world will be able to hook into it and use it. So if you wanted to make like a public power plant that everybody could use for power, you'd put it on, say, the public access system. Or if you had like an items storage system that you wanted to have, like, anyhow, if you want whatever you're building, if you want it to be available to everybody, and put it on public. Private means just you, obviously, or owner only means just you, and then restricted, I believe, is some kind of, you can specify who can use it. I've never looked into that too much, though, so I don't know exactly how it works. But I'm going to say this is owner only, so just for me. I'm going to set it up on, say, frequency number 20, and I'm going to call it the Evil Lab Drops. Right, so that I save that. And then set the frequency by checking it, and then so if I turn that off, you see it's not lit up, and if I click it, then it's lit up. So this basically says that this Tesseract is now active, and it's going to use the Evil Lab Drops frequency. So this should be on high, and then what we want to do here now is tell it what to do. So you have item mode, receive only, no. So we want to send and receive, no. We want it to send only. And then we want to block these ones. Basically what we're saying is that this Tesseract should only send items and should do nothing else. Not going to receive anything and not going to send anything else. And like I said, you can do all the different combinations, right? For they can be send or just receive, or send and receive or nothing, for all of these different settings. So there we go. So we got this guy. Oh, I keep doing that. All right, and he's off right now. Okay, so once I hooked it up, okay, so now he's off. So now if I put that on there and I flip that switch, he'll be on. There's still nothing on the other side, so it shouldn't be taking anything, I don't think, because it's or maybe it did. I don't know where it went. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Now we got to set up the other side, so let's grab this guy again. So it's off right now, and then let's go back to my base. Whoop. Like so. And what I want to do is hook this up to my item system. So basically everything automatically comes from over there into this side, right? So here we have this little junction system, right, where we were having stuff from the fish farm over there that would come out and automatically go into this chest and then into the item system. So I'm going to use this chest again to basically get everything into our system. Now, one thing I noticed in my testing of this is that when I'm sending items, I've got to use one of these ducts to, say, come out of the chest and go into the Tesseract. But I noticed that I didn't need to do that when I was sending, like, receiving items. So if I click on this guy, and we're going to go, so now, so you see here, if I'm in public, right, I don't see any systems. And if I go to, say, show me only my private ones, now I can hook it up to this. Oh, I think it's already working. So let's change this to high. And then sending none, receiving all. So yes, it's by default it was, so I want to receive and then block, block. Oop. Block, block. So now it should just receive items. And I'll do the same thing here as well. So I can activate it on and off, right? So now if I turn this on, this side is, oh, I know why. Oh, that's cool. So when I turned it on the other side, it took some items in. It was just sitting there waiting on that frequency. And as soon as I activated one on the same frequency that would receive, it shot them out. So yeah, so I've got this side on now. I've got it hooked up. And like I said, for whatever reason, if I'm receiving, it'll just pop right into this chest. I don't need the item impulse duct, which is nice for here because now I can see this. I can actually access it and maintain it if I need to. So let's now grab this guy again. Now we're going to head back over to the evil laboratory. And let's go head on over here. And we can see this guy. So we got a whole junk load of stuff in here, right? And if I turn this on, it's activated and things are disappearing, right? So now let's try and get back over to the other side really quick. Oh, oh, get off, get off, get off. Ugh, I hate those things. Let me down. Oh, it's already done? All right, well, let's turn this side off then. And I'll show you it in a minute. So it's really quick, obviously. Let's go back over. Try not to get caught on those guys. All right, so he's still on over here. So one thing I also noticed is that this is a double chest, right? And there's stuff on one side of the chest and stuff on the other side of the chest. And it only pulls out of whatever it thinks is over here, and it doesn't take those items. So there's still a bunch of stuff in here, right? So if I go kill this gun, take all this, and we don't need a double chest here anymore now, right? Because this guy is going to be sending all of the items. Let's take. I guess we don't need that anymore. Let's throw everything back into this chest. Oh, I think I need him. Oh no, we don't. No. Okay, let's put all that stuff in here. Right, so this is on, and as soon as the other side is activated again, so it's not taking it. So I don't know what happened that first time, because I noticed actually the items did just reappear when I came back over, if you guys noticed that too. So now let's go back over to home base. And now you can actually see this thing in action. So you can see it actually is taking stuff and throwing it in. So all I should have to do now is they're all hooked up, everything's set. Just turn it on. And there you go. Everything is coming on over from the other side and going into my item system. All right. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. And then now I just leave this. I can just leave this on. And oh, let's go back over here quickly. And now I don't have to actually empty this guy anymore, right? And if ever, for whatever reason, I want to turn it off and get items over here, I can do that by just pulling this switch. But now, as this guy goes, this chest will basically just be empty, and whatever it up there is doing, it will take them and throw them over into our system. So I thought that was a pretty cool little idea. And one other thing that I want to do while we're over here is, you're going to notice that this guy is kind of like, he gets stuck. And he seems to be get stuck. And so what I did is, this is now full. See this here, resident ender tank full of sludge. And so this guy, I noticed that it has a byproduct of sludge. And when this gets full up and it has nowhere to go, it gets stuck and it stops working. So it's still working right now, but it was getting stuck before. So what I want to do is, instead of just putting it out to this tank, so I'm not using sludge for anything right now. But what I'll do is I'll take this guy like that. And I've got now a full massive, you know, the biggest size resident portable tank of that stuff. So if I do want it and I start wanting to use it later, I can. And then I can just do something else with this. Whoop. All right, there it is. Oh, I just picked up a piece of grass. There we go. Let's take that out of my hand. And in here, what I brought along with me is a nullifier. So now what a nullifier does is it just very, very simply deletes everything that you put into it, right? So nullifier. And it was pretty simple to make. It's just tin, invar, pneumatic servo, and lava bucket. Obviously, invar is a little bit of a later game component, so it'll take you a little bit of time to make that than some of the other items. And the pneumatic servo is a very simple, you know, glass and stuff, just like we've done before. But yeah, so this guy, if I throw him, basically what I want to do is whatever comes out of this pipe, I want to just kill it. So I'm hoping, okay, so we don't have this in, let's have this ignored. And then I want to say take in from the bottom. And I'm hoping this works on fluids. Oh, I set it up wrong. Okay, so the top was up here. I did that wrong. Let's so if that was the top, so I said this is the top, so that's all right. Well, this is the front, right? So front, so the top would be on that side, the bottom would be, whoops, would be there. That'd be left, right, so this would be the back that we want, like that. Oh yeah, there you go. See, now it's empty. So it took all of this sludge and it went right into this guy. And he is now empty. So I'm hoping that that will fix it. Like that. And we'll see. Anyhow, so that was, I noticed that's a little problem I had. So I thought I'd show you guys what my solution so far is. But yeah, so hopefully, so yeah, see, it's still making more now. And it's as soon as it makes it, it puts it out in here. And then this guy just basically takes it in, and whatever you put into this null field, so I could even throw something in here myself, right? Like the fish, take a piece of fish and throw it in there, poof, gone. It's out of the game, gone, you'll never get it back. So be careful what you hook that up to, because it is gone. Whoa, and now that's working pretty good again. Alrighty. And this guy should be just sending items over like crazy. Now, the one thing I should mention, I guess, about this solution right now is that obviously this base is far, far away. Ooh, I'll take those. Is far, far away, right? So it's not loaded automatically. So what I'll probably have to do is just, you know, I don't need to have this thing running all the time anyway. Like it's got tons of stuff that I don't necessarily have to have all the time. So I just have to like come over here, right? If I restart the server or if the chunk gets unloaded, I just basically have to head on over there. And if I've been to both sides for a little while, it should run for a bit, I believe. Where am I going? Going back over here. So if I stand here, like as that system is working, I would assume that some items would just continue to kind of fly past us here. But yeah, so there you go. That's a cool little system for getting items from one location to another. If you want to chunk load that area so that it always runs, and I might want to do this later or maybe in a different location. As far as I understand it, there's two things in Attack of the B Team that you can use for this. One is a, oh, there you go. I just saw something fly by. Is a chunk loader. So there's a chunk loader here from Mine Factory Reloaded. My understanding from the reading is that, so first it takes quite a bit of resources, right? So you got Tesseracts and like you've got lots, like this is an expensive device to build. It's definitely a later in the game item. And it also is a power hog. So you need to be able to give it lots of power to kind of keep it going. So I've never tested it out, but it's one of the options. And the other option that I know about is the poppet shelf. So in Witchery, there's this thing called a poppet shelf, and it's meant to basically allow you to put all of these these Witchery poppets on them that do a bunch of really crazy things. I haven't gotten into the Witchery mod yet, but it looks pretty freaking cool. So I probably should get into that at some point too. But yeah, so the poppet shelf also will, wherever you put it down, it will actually act as a chunk loader itself, and it's a lot cheaper, right? So it's green wool, nether brick, which is really easy to get, and then these attuned stones, which would be a little bit of work though, because I think this whiff of magic, yeah, you have to use a witchery oven to make it. So it's a little bit involved, but it's a lot cheaper. But anyway, so there you go. There's some options for you in to chunk load, as well as there's a little setup for you to very easily move stuff over into your system over here, right? So you can see now I've got all that oak leaf came over, and there's a bunch of other stuff over there, right? Like saplings. So I've got a bunch of spruce saplings, the rubber saplings that overflow, all the oak overflow, right? That all came over here. So it works pretty good. I like it a lot, and I have to figure out how that thing works and how I can get rid of it, because it's right in the front door. I don't know why Iron Man put it there. But I believe what it's supposed to do is heal you, but I think it only heals the person who placed it, and that's not me. And I think maybe only the person who placed it can get rid of it too. But yeah, anyhow, that was the episode, and I will see you guys all next time.